Today we are reviewing the newest Legends of the Quarter Mile 1/18 scale diecast from Auto World.
That's going up on YouTube tonight.
Welcome back to the Plays with Cars YouTube channel, another episode of Miniatures Mondays, where today's miniature isn't quite so miniature. This is the new 1/18 scale Legends of the Quarter Mile adult collectible from Auto World, and this particular one is the 1969 American Motors AMX Super Stock, the Shirley Shahan Drag-On Lady. This is actually their second release of this car. They did one a number of years ago in the original 1969 paint scheme. What happened was, in 1970, they changed the car over to 1970 specs, started racing it, and then NHRA changed their mind. They had to change it back into 69. And when they did, it kind of ended up with some unpainted parts on it and whatnot. This is how the car exists today in real life. You see, Auto World goes to the Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals every year, and they pick a number of cars to turn into diecasts, either regular street versions, barn finds, or these Legends of the Quarter Mile ones. And Dragon Lady was there in its current form. So you can see here the picture of it there at the show with the black painted nose pieces on it that was the hastily converted back to 1969 specs. And you can see there a vintage photo of it in this particular livery back in the day. So this is their second release of this car. They did do the original 69 paint scheme a number of years ago. It goes for quite a bit of money on eBay these days. So if you haven't had a chance to pick that one up and you really wanted to get one of these, or just if you collect the Legends of the Quarter Mile series, I'm sure you're really interested in this one. We are going to unbox it. I have unboxed all of mine of these, actually, and I do have that original Dragon Lady too. I'll see if I can dig it out and throw it into this video. But anyways, this one is the brand new one. It just came out. We just got it this week, so I'm really excited to unbox it for you. So, yes, I know this is a collector's thing, and I am hurting resale value, but I don't ever plan on selling it, so I don't care. I will, however, take care in cutting it open so that I do it correctly and save the box. So Auto World has this neat little thing where they put their logo in the little security flap there. I've always enjoyed that. So let's see what we've got. Now the real version of this car still has the 1970 tail lights, and so I'm interested to see what they did for that on this particular release. So we will pop those open with the knife like that and get a good look at the car. Okay, get it free from the plastic. Plastic out of the way here. We can leave our background looking nice. Take these off, and let's see what we've got. It's got a nice satin finish here on the hood. A little bit of grease there from the plastic sticking to it, but it wipes right off. You got the Matador red, the frost white, although it's got a little bit of pearl or metallic in it, not sure why, and Commodore blue. So a few things to notice. First, if you go to the original version of this second livery, you can see the car still has the Krager SS mags on it, and it still is fairly open as far as contingency sponsor decals. There's not any up here in the white. There might be some down in the blue there, but still a fairly clean look. If you look at the pictures of it at the Nationals here, try to get it in frame, you can see it's covered in contingency decals, and also that the wheels are different. These are actually like Weld Pro Stars, it looks like. They're a more modern 5-spoke racing wheel. And this car's got the 60s wheels on it, but it has the current edition sponsorship decals all over it, the little contingency ones. So they kind of have a mix of both going on. I wish they would have picked one or the other, either the cleaner look and keep the Kragers, or if they did want to do all these stickers up, I really wish they would have put the correct wheels on there. But looking underneath, it looks nice. You got Lakewood drag shocks there in red. That is the correct one for that. You've got headers coated white, a 4-speed manual transmission that is indeed a 4-speed. The engine color is all wrong. That is like a Pontiac blue. That doesn't look anything like the AMC color. They do have the front bumper correct in the plain black. It's like a fiberglass bumper. Same thing with the hood with no hood chrome piece. Interesting here. So again, the real car, this they matched out quite well. It's really hard to pick up on this. But if you look right here, there is chrome around the headlight rings, and then there is a little chrome hockey stick on the corners, but no chrome on the hood. And they did pick that out here. You've got the chrome around the headlights and the chrome hockey sticks, but no chrome piece on the hood. See that they added the hood pins. That is a nice detail. And again, they got the livery nice. Like all the sponsorship decals look like the right decals in the right spot. So it really distracts that they have the wrong wheels on here. I almost want to buy one of their products that has the right ones and swap them out just to make it look right. Underneath the hood here, I'm assuming that's what the car looks like today. I don't know if they're actually yellow funnels there for the carburetors, or if maybe they're gold anodized on the real car. But anyways, there's black carburetors. I see a power booster with a disc brake, master cylinder. Again, not entirely sure that's correct. All the SS AMXs were manual brakes, so I don't know why they would have added power brakes to a super stock car. But you can see a fuel pump in there, distributor, fairly light on detail, but it does have the radiator supports up there like it's supposed to, and the decal printed on the shock tower, so interesting look there. Let's see here in the trunk. Trunk does open. Looks like we have a battery in there. That's really hard to tell. So we can, right there, I can catch it in the light. There's a battery in there. Otherwise, nothing. Doors open. Oh, this is neat. They got a door tag. That's new. Correct 69 door panels. It's got the square wood grain piece in it, as opposed to the chevron and the hooded dashboard. Correct 69 steering wheel. So all that looks good. It is a 4-speed. It's got the correct number of pedals in it. Has the shifter with the little reverse lockout down here. That's actually a new feature. Normally they just put the regular her shifter in. This one's got the little add-on line locked button there, and then the reverse lockout. Seats, I'm not sure if those are correct. The real car obviously has a roll cage in it and some harnesses. Again, I think there's a missed opportunity there. Auto World definitely could have put in a simplified roll bar and a racing seat and a couple of harnesses to make that look more correct, but not too bad. Where it gets disappointing here is the tail. This, honestly, I'm disappointed in this. I think this is a missed opportunity. So this casting was originally released by Ertel back in the 90s as a factory AMX, and they did them in 68s and 69s, which have the same body. There's differences in the interior and little details and things like that, but the bodies were the same. They've yet to do a 70. A 70 AMX looks completely different in the body because the taillights look like this. They go to a full-width taillight with the reverse light in the middle, and they don't actually comb over the sides here. The 68-9s, they come over to the sides. The 70, the body line goes straight down, and then there's a marker light. And then the grille is different. So the 70 would have a flush grille on it. The marker lights move up into the grille, different hood, and a different interior. They would have a different dashboard and door panels. It's fairly easy for them to change this casting. And the fact that they didn't is disappointing, because this would have been a good opportunity to change over the mold to 1970. They could have done the rear end and then left the 69 nose on it to make the one car correct, the one that was half converted or converted and half converted back, and then they could have finished making it a 70. So this doesn't actually look like a 70 at all back here. The center reverse light isn't the right size. They didn't try to do the chrome separators, and then again the sides here, they could have painted the sides blue and that would have looked a lot more convincing. Now I do like that they did get the license plate on there, the little custom license plate, and that looks good, but this is disappointing. And to show you what I'm on about, here is a factory AMX, and you can see it's got the taillights detailed correctly for a 68 and 9. And you can see what they were trying to do here, but it doesn't work. And then the interior details let's talk about. So this one is a 68. You can see it's got the chevron shaped wood grain there. And then the dash pad doesn't have a hood over it. Unlike the super stock here, you can see it's got the hooded dash pad and the square there. So they've got really nice fine details like this that you're not going to see like in the box especially. And then they miss out on a real major piece like that. A bit disappointing. Overall, though, I gotta say, I do like it. It looks good in the box. It looks good out on the shelf. If you display it like this, I don't think you're going to have any problems. You're not going to see that tail end. You're not going to miss the roll cage or anything like that. And again, the front end, they've nailed it. It is on the money on the front end. The side looks really good. I'm disappointed about the wheels. The wheels could have been an easy change. They could have painted the blue on the side here at least to like make this look more like a 70 taillight. But other than that, it's a solid effort. It is a solid effort. I'd give it a B+ to an A- from Auto World. These are in stock now. This is not sponsored. I spent my own money on this. I don't know if they are still available. It was a pre-order. My dad actually ordered it and had it drop shipped to me. But they are available now on Auto World's website if you're interested in picking up this Legends of the Quarter Mile Dragon Lady 1/18 scale. But if you're on the fence and you weren't sure or not, you know, there's a little review for you. And if you decide that the taillights and the roll cage and the wheels were enough of a turnoff, then pass on this one. But, you know, if you like the overall look of it anyway, or you're a completionist, definitely think about picking it up. It's definitely one of the more interesting ones they've done, being that it is a vintage race car that is still in as-race condition and has kind of some haphazard parts detailing going on it, and they did capture that detail on the nose really, really nicely, so it could be a lot of fun. Alright, I was convinced by my little assistant that I needed to drag all of them in so that we could actually show the completed collection as opposed to just talking about them. So these are all of the super stock AMXs that have ever been released from Ertl / Auto World / Supercar Collectibles. So you can see you've got the stock factory just straight frost white one. There was also the factory red, white, and blue paint scheme. The Pete's Patriot, which was a division champion car. AMX 1 and Kim Nigel's cars. These were the latest two from Auto World in the super stock guys, and you can see these are not, this is even still before they were calling them Legends of the Quarter Mile. They were just kind of releases, and again, some of these, you know, they've got different photos of them from the day. This particular one, that's what I was looking for. The Nigel car is a car that is still in competition with the original livery. And they've got a picture of it there like that, and so they were able to copy the car in its current state, kind of like, yeah, right there, at one of the races. So not the muscle car in Corvette Nationals, but still like seeing the car in person, getting real deal, you know, photographs of it, how it sits today and whatnot, in order to make these collectibles as nice as they can be. But the one, of course, we are really interested in seeing is the original Dragon Lady versus the new Dragon Lady. So like I said, you can see the differences in the paint scheme. The older paint scheme was mostly white on the side. The blue was only here in the back on the little like shark fin kick-up. The newer paint scheme is blue kind of all the way down on this mid-body line. Different lettering going on it. And then again, the whole nose, like I said, they had to change the nose of the car in real life to make it a 70, and then changed it back. And that's how you ended up with the black nose on here. And this was actually the first super stock to come out. So Earl did the 68.9 AMXs as a release, and Supercar Collectibles came to them and went, hey, we really want to make a super stock car. We've got everything to make a super stock car. We should do it. And so they did it, and this was the first release. The second one was actually the Pete's Patriot, which came out as a regular Ertl car in the American Muscle Thunder series, and then since then they've... So Auto World has released a few like street machine AMXs that used a lot of the super stock parts, like the hood scoop and the headers, but they're not necessarily super stock cars. I do have those too. I didn't want to drag those out. They are in with all of the other like street car versions because they don't have the schemes on them. So these are just straight super stocks, not necessarily the casting, but the paint schemes and the car representations for it. Alright, so this one is screwed down. The box is open, but the car is screwed down. I don't want to screw around with it, but you can see the original engine on this one is much more factory with the AMC blue color and the gold Holley carburetors and the silver stacks going in. We've got the correct nose going on it with the chrome all the way around. Interior, again, 69 interior, all correct. You notice on this one, it does have the reverse lockout and the line lock switch. I did not notice that back when I got this car when it first came out. The older ones, though, the trunk does not open. It was only the super premiums, and for whatever reason, the first couple of super stocks were not super premium enough. So it is nice that the trunk opens on this one, and you can see the battery in there. So that is nice. And you know, it is fun to have the two cars side by side. To be honest, if you have this one, I would absolutely recommend trying to pick this one up if you've got the opportunity and they are not quite sold out yet. And you know, again, the whole collection, they definitely look really cool. Hanging out, lots of red, white, and blue. Makes for a nice display, and they really do a nice job with these boxes. Nice big windows, you can really see the paint schemes. Really cool detailing on them. I really enjoy the Legends of the Quarter Mile stuff. I wish they would do more of this. You know, that would be a lot of fun to see some more. There were 52 Superstock AMXs built, real ones, so there's a lot of paint schemes left for them to do. Not all of them raced, not all of them got repainted, but there's a lot of really famous ones. The Sheriff of Nottingham comes to mind as another really good one that they could have messed with this. I believe it runs a 70 nose on it in its most famous configuration. So Auto World, if you're watching this, good job. Again, A- to B+. I can understand like not really being able to change the die for it, even though I think you're overdue for a 70, and this would have been a good one to start the change on, but at least give us the right wheels, and you could have blued out the side of the lights here. It would have made it you know, pretty presentable. And you should really think about roll cages for these. You know, I'm noticing none of these have roll cages. They all just have a factory interior, and they definitely have some roll bars going in them, so kind of a missing piece there. Some opportunities for improvement, but definitely still love the product, and we'll continue buying these out for the collection. So anyways, I had to pull all these out, but until next time, that has been Miniatures Mondays on the Plays with Cars YouTube channel.